welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, be wary of the football hipster manager. Sure, it may look tempting, but lads, be warned, they often collapse like a crippled badger. To prove it, I'm going to take a look at the most stupidly overhyped, overrated manager for every season of the past decade, and just show you how they since chucked their prospects down a toilet bowl. Right, let's go. 10-11 Andre vs Boas. Okay, don't you tell me you've already forgotten all the utterly sickly fuss given to Andre vs Boas 10 years ago. This was a former backroom staff coach at Chelsea, sure, but lads, his responsibilities were probably nothing more than scrubbing the toilet sinks and fetching Jose Mourinho his lunch. Good Christ, he was the errand boy, the coffee merchant, Chelsea's very own version of Wayland Smithers. And yeah, when he was finally given his big break at Porto, sure he won the Portuguese League title in 2011, but I'm sorry, with a squad consisting of João Moutinho, James Rodriguez, Radamel Falcao and Hulk, I'm pretty sure my damn cat could have managed that squad at the Portuguese League. Sure, they also beat Braga in the Europa League final in Dublin, before half the squad probably went out to dance with half the population of Westmeath and Coppers, but still, the other hype, suddenly AVB was being branded as the second coming of Mourinho. Well, since 2011, he's been sacked by both Chelsea and Tottenham, displaying the man management skills of an empty suitcase. Then he spent a few years collecting cash, backpacking across Russia, China, and then motorsport. Clearly, his midlife crisis has come early at 40 years of age. Oh yeah, now he's just shown the patience of a toddler in an airplane, randomly quitting Marseille in a fit of rage after he was told to work with Oliver Nitcham. Good Christ, VS Boas, what a load of fuss about nothing. 11-12 Marc Hughes. Okay, this seems weird that anybody was still overrating Marc Hughes in 2011. I mean, the guy had been a manager for over a decade, but still, John Terry actually wanted this man to replace Carlo Ancelotti at Stamford Bridge. I'm sorry, replacing a seasoned champion like Ancelotti with mid-table sludge like Hughes? I'm sorry, is that a joke? Hughes quit Fulham because he wanted to take his career to the next level with a massive job. Well, he's since been sacked by QPR, Stoke and Southampton. Is that big enough for you, Leslie? 12-13 Michael Laudrup. Okay, don't get me wrong, Sami Hyypiä also briefly tricked the world in 2013 when the former Liverpool defender guided Bayer Leverkusen to third in the Bundesliga, finishing only behind the two clubs contesting the Champions League final that season. But since then, his management career has just been wiped across the toilet walls in KFC, and now he's just a lonely assistant coach back in Finland. I guess you could say we all got punked, but still, I'm gonna go with Michael Laudrup, who back in 2013 was being sounded up by Chelsea every 12 minutes, and for what? Because he got Swansea to finish 9th in the Premier League? Sure, winning the League Cup was sort of impressive, but lads, they played the mighty Bradford in the final. If he didn't manage to win that game, he should probably have been shot right there on the spot. Yeah, he was a big name in football, but the guy was the heavy favourite to replace Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. Why? Because he managed to teach Wayne Routledge how to cross a ball? Since then, the supposed managerial embodiment of Johan Cruyff, a guy destined to coach Messi to a treble apparently, has been sacked by Swansea for Gary Monk before being banished to Qatar, which is a bit like a homeland for big names in the sport trying to save their careers from cancellation. And now, the supposed Guardiola successor is now the ideal candidate for Charlton Athletic. In League One? I mean, come on. 13-14 Roberto Martinez. Listen, I know Roberto Martinez has proven that he is a good manager-ish and has done well with Belgium, but I maintain he was still overhyped in 2014. A former Wigan coach who Dave Whelan was convinced would one day manage either Barcelona or Real Madrid. Listen, managing to win the FA Cup with Aruna Kone up front is almost worthy of a knighthood, but still, when he finished 5th in his debut season at Everton, the hype was excruciating. Some Man United fans even wanted to replace David Moyes with him. Yeah, replacing one Everton coach with another one. That's like if one Chinese takeaway gives you food poisoning and then you decide to go back and order something else off the menu. No. Since then, he's bottled the Everton expectations. He got sacked after finishing 11th and with a defence leakier than a broken bathtub. And yeah, he's done okay with Belgium, but still, he's a mid-table level coach at best. 14-15 Remy Gard. Here's some advice for club chairman looking to fish for a manager straight out of France. Don't do it. The amount of league unsuccessful coaches who've melted like a birthday cake made of glue once given the Premier League big break, Remy Gard is just another one. In 2015, the guy was the out-of-work coach whose name kept popping up in the papers whenever any club needed to hire a new manager. You know, a bit like Julian Nagelsmann now. And why did he merit the hype? Let's not forget, he had a Lyon team filled with Samuel Umtiti, Trentin Tolisso, Nabil Fekir and Alexander Lacazette, and finished 5th in the damn league. Although, to be fair, he did have Dejan Lovren playing like a competent defender with 2 working feet, so yeah, he did well at Lyon, don't get me wrong. But since then, he's won just 3 games as Aston Villa boss. Again, he dropped down to MLS Standard to take over Montreal Impact, and even then he was sacked after failing to qualify for the playoffs. How do you get sacked in the MLS? 15-16 Chris Coleman. Okay, I could touch on Claudio Ranieri, who everyone held up as a world-class coach after that Premier League title win with Leicester, just choosing to forget he's also been sacked more times than he's had tugs in the bath. Losing that title win to call Ranieri world-class is akin to calling Danny Simpson the best right back on planet Earth. No. But still, I'm going to go with Chris Coleman here, who in 2016 managed to claw Wales to a Euro 2016 semi-final. Without a doubt, his stock was never higher, being tipped for a Premier League return with Swansea City, with the world completely forgetting he's also a failed Fulham coach. We've already seen him in club football and he was under wet cabbage every time, and he's proven that again. Appointed at Sunderland to try and get them promoted to the Premier League, instead he gets them relegated to League One, and was most recently sacked after having Hebei China Fortune stuck in the Chinese relegation zone, winning just one of the first 9 games of the season. Poor old Javier Mascherano, a world-class dignified midfielder who's also gone through his career being told what to do by Alan Pardew, Roy Hodgson and Chris Coleman. Good Christ, it's almost enough to give you nightmares for life. 16-17, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. Listen, I'm not going to knock the achievement. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst finally managing to win Feyenoord an Eredivisie title in 2017 was great, but was that really enough to make him the favourite to succeed Arsene Wenger in North London? I know he was a former Arsenal left back, but lads, since 2017, he's proven to have the footballing ambition of a shoe. He was given a Dutch goal-scoring machine like Robin van Persie and still failed to reclaim their league title, and then he bravely accepted a backroom role at Man City and then a job offer from Guangzhou City FC before quitting after he only finished 11th in the league. Once earmarked as Pep Guardiola's successor at the Etihad, now he's just linked with jobs in the MLS and probably the post office too. 17-18, Marco Silva. I'm tempted to pick Kike Setien after guiding Real Betis to 6th in La Liga that year. Apparently that was enough to get him the Barcelona job, but now he's quite possibly one of the biggest managerial jokes on the face of the earth. I can't overlook Marco Silva though, a Colin Farrell lookalike who was somehow lauded as a genius after getting relegated with Hull. Lads, it took Steve Bruce 3 years to relegate the Tigers. It took Silva about 12 minutes. Anyway, the unbearable hype was never higher than in late 2017 when he had Watford in the top 4 in mid-October, and so clearly had Everton chief staring at him on the toilet, salivating over his existence as if he was made of steak. Apparently Watford were demanding an insane compensation package at the time, as if they were trying to protect the next Mourinho. In the end, no, he was sacked in January after a horrific run of form, and again, was a fairly hopeless coach at Everton too. Lads, he's coached 108 games in England and won just 40 of them. What was all the fuss about? 18-19, Patrick Vieira. Listen, it wasn't just 2018 when Patrick Vieira had hype shoveled down his throat. He's had it going all the way back to 2015, even interviewed by Newcastle despite only coaching the kids at Man City. But after nearly pulling off a miracle with New York City FC in the MLS, he then gets a big move to Nice in 2018 and leads them to 7th in League One in his debut season. Again, the next Arsenal manager, right? Nah, he fell out with his own players. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Mario Balotelli's own mother would probably gladly punch him in the face. And yeah, he was sacked last December after 5 defeats in a row and losing nearly every match in the Europa League, with that team mostly resembling a sweaty toilet roll. Is this really what Vieira's years of hard graft and coaching had led to? Seeing his tactics being utterly eaten alive by Kai Havertz in Europe's second tier competition? Good Christ. 2018 Garrett Southgate. Okay, I know I've already picked Patrick Vieira for 2018, but still, let's just chuck in a bonus candidate for the 2018 World Cup, purely for the utterly deafening, excruciating, annoying hype given to Garrett Southgate for leading England to 4th at the 2018 World Cup. Christ, some of you were practically filing petitions to make him king of the country. Good Christ, this is a former Middlesbrough coach, a failed Middlesbrough coach, a guy who wound up relegated in 2009, a guy who made Steve McLaren by comparison look like another god on Tyneside. This is a guy who splashed the club record fee at Afonso Alves and was paraded as a god for beating Tunisia, Panama and a Sweden team robbed of their only world-class player. Okay, I know Southgate did a half-decent job, but lads, he was given a top-class international squad and got beaten by Belgium twice, bottling a World Cup semi-final against Croatia. What has he actually done with this England team? He was just a penalty shootout lottery better than Sven-Göran Eriksson ever was, who again, everyone laughed out of the country. Since that World Cup, England have lost to Spain, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Denmark and Belgium again. I mean, come on. 1920 Ralph Hassenhuttl. I'm gonna admit it, I was one of those who fell for the Ralph Hassenhuttl hype last season after turning around Southampton's fortunes, squeaking them to 11th last season after a 9-0 brutalisation in October. I thought the man should replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Old Trafford. I was wrong. Yes, he did well at RB Leipzig. Great. He's not the only Ralph to do that. And I wouldn't touch Rangnick with a 6-foot roll of toilet paper. Yes, Southampton have had their injuries, but I'm sorry, their other collapses be unforgivable. If a club loses under the same manager by 9 goals twice, then something is seriously wrong. Those are lunatic scorelines, reserved for FIFA on the Xbox after 10 cans of Stella, not in the Premier League. And it's not just that. 12 defeats in the last 14 games, 2 wins in 17 matches. I'm sorry, that is horrendous. 2021 Marco Rose. I'm gonna stick my neck out there. I think Marco Rose is the next overrated coach. Listen, you might think I'm brain dead after he got a Borussia Mönchengladbach into the Champions League knockout rounds, but lads, I'm pretty sure you'd have also lynched anyone who dared criticise the hipster's choice if he asked Boas 10 years ago too, right? This fella is a guy born in Leipzig and spent 2 years working for Salzburg, so clearly he's probably got Red Bull running through his veins. He's been given the Borussia Dortmund job for next season, but considering his utter collapse since January, 1 single win in the last 10 games, I'm tipping Marco Rose to be the next Marco Silva. Anyway, that's the end of it. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Let me know what managers you think are the next football ones to fail. Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.